Hey guys, this is Anshuman. I'm from the EMEA team and I work in the AI specialist team. And I deal with Oracle Generative AI and Oracle Digital Assistant along with other AI services of Oracle. So we have a huge list, which I'll be showing it to you today. But before we start with this buzzword, Oracle Generative AI or Generative AI, I would say, I'll just take you everyone a little bit back and first and try to give you a glimpse of what is actually AI first and foremost. But even before starting with AI, which we know everybody knows artificial intelligence. Whenever we say what is AI, but first let's try to understand what's intelligence over here. So if I ask anybody, probably you might say it's the ability to learn from your past or decide what should you do today or tomorrow, what you should do. But don't you think that now machines are also doing the same using AI? I mean, even they are learning from their past and now trying to do things. So if you see over here under AI, what we have is like in Oracle, in the Oracle AI stack, we have many different type of AI services. Now, for example, we have Oracle Generative AI, we have machine learning, we have speech AI, we have language, we have vision, we have document understanding. So, for example, whenever you go and just imagine like in a traffic light or somewhere you want or AI to pick up your number plate or segregate between what's a car or what's a bike. So for that we have vision, we have document understanding to understand all your documents. We all use probably WhatsApp. We see a button over there. As soon as you click on that, it converts your speech to text. That's for that we have speech, we have language, we have digital assistant, we have so many offerings over here. But under machine learning, we also have something called deep learning. And I'll just take you back again a little bit to make you understand that, you know, when we all these things, AI things started, we had something called discriminating model before. And what we used to do over there, we used to, like, for example, just take your cat and dog example. Suppose we used to feed the machine saying that, hey, this is 20 pictures of cat and then 20 different dog pictures. And then it used to learn. And then it used to say that what is a cat and what is a dog. And then or should I say it used to discriminate between a cat and a dog. So it used to, like, you know, we used to classify the data, or it was classification of data around us. But now what has evolved, I would say, is like now the same thing if we do it. Now, when we are giving 20 cat and 20 dog images to the machine, it is actually able to generate the 21st picture of a cat and a dog for you. So this technology is nothing but called generative AI. So that's basically from the past, it is able to generate new things now. And so in Oracle, we have got Oracle Generative AI, which was recently announced as well. But I would say, you know, we in Oracle had been using generative AI in many, many different type of things as well. Like if you see our product Oracle Digital Assistant as well, we already had been using things like where we used to generate your utterances, where you just upload your PDF or your documents. It used to automatically do that for you. But now we have a whole fleshed product for you, which is Oracle Generative AI. For Oracle Generative AI, we have a partnership with Cohere. And why Cohere is because we in Oracle totally feel that, you know, we are not here to generate poems or generate email or something like that. Our main focus has always been enterprise and making your data secured. We have lot of LLMs in the market, and we have seen how much secure they are. They're not at all secure, right? But in Oracle, the major two focus is enterprise, and security has been one of them. But apart from that as well, if you go and check, so the Cohere, so this is one of the, I have also provided the link as well over here, but if I just take you so this is a research done by Stanford University, and they have found that specifically in the information retrieval part as well, and in the other scenarios as well, Cohere's command model is one of the best in the market. So we in Oracle are using Cohere's command model as well, apart from different other things that we have, like we are using embedding model, we are using command model, and there are other models as well, which we are going to use in the future of Cohere as well. Now, at the moment, if you see generative AI service, which is in the beta stage that we have. So if I just showcase you a little bit how it if you have got an Oracle instance over here, and that's it's in the beta stage, what we have, it's in the Chicago region, we have it. And if I go to analytics and AI, we have something called generative AI under AI services, as you saw, along with the other AI services, by the way. So and here you can go ahead and try whatever you want to, and you can play around with the model, which we will do today for sure. But let's go back to the presentation for a while, and then we'll come back how we can utilize generative AI in different other ways as well. And again, as I said before, that it's fully hosted in OCI, and where we are respecting our customers' privacy. That's one of the most important things. Now, what all things we can do with this is like, whatever you give a prompt to the generative AI model, and then we can do many things. And these are some of the things that you see over here. We can create content, we can chat, we can do a question answering thing, we can summarize your data, we can do semantic search, entity extraction, many other things, some of the things which you will be seeing in today's demo as well. Now, this is a very small demo, if you see over here, where, again, one of the use cases with Oracle Generative AI, which you can do. So, for example, here we have a scenario where it's with Oracle Service Cloud. You see there's a chat going on the left-hand side, and mostly it's, very difficult to go through the whole chat. But what we have over here is we're using this on the right-hand side. If you see over here, we on the fly we are creating a summary of the whole chat. Now, again, this is a big video where we have done many other things as well, which you can definitely go ahead when in the PPT. But at the moment, I'm just showing you over here is on the fly. If you see, as soon as the chat was there, we are able to generate a chat summary of the whole chat over here. And then we come again onto a very hot topic, which is using Oracle Generative AI. We can create something as a RAG as well. Now, what's a RAG over here? RAG is something where you tell a LLM, you provide your data to an LLM, and then based on that particular data, you tell LLM to generate your answers, or you can start chatting with your documents. You can start chatting with your websites. You can start asking any type of questions. You can tell it to summarize it. Anything you can do with this particular RAG or RAG. It stands for basically Retrieval Augmented Generation as we speak. So over here, if you see, what we do is like we have a query, and before passing on the query, whatever documents you have, they can be passed through an embedding model. Again, here we use the Oracle GenAI. We have Oracle GenAI embedding model of us. That is something that we can pass either to a vector database or an open search, Oracle open search. So again, Oracle has came up with Oracle vector database as well. So we utilize that, or we can use even Oracle open search to do that. And then we pass on to so whenever a question is asked, along with we create a prompt. What a prompt is, I'll just come later on to that as well. Now, along with the prompt, the user question and the embeddings context, that is something that we pass to the large language model to generate an answer for you. So I'll just go a little bit deep over here. So any document or any PDF or anything, so they are of a huge size, right? So what we do is we break them into small chunks. That's I'm speaking about the RAG model, which we can do on top of Oracle Generative AI as well. And we will show you today some of the RAGs that I have created using Oracle Gen AI, and which is a possibility, which is some of the possibilities, I would say. So here we are taking the huge amount of data that can be, as I said, huge amount of PDFs or your whole of your website data. And then we are converting that or splitting that into small chunks. And that chunks are, we are feeding that into an embedding model to create embeddings out of it. That can be, if we are doing it for using the embedding model, or we can also do it through OpenSearch, where we create different indexes, and then we store them either in OpenSearch or into a vector database. And then when the query comes, we pass on the query, we extract only the key embeddings which are ranked as the best one. We can tell based on the rankings, like, just give me the 5 best embeddings which are the nearby embeddings that we have, and based on that embedding data we pass it to the LLM along with the question. So that's the whole architecture of a RAG. Now, let me show you first something what I have created using Oracle GenAI, and what now these are again some of the possibilities, right? What we can do with the RAG. So now, for example, this is one of them. If you see over here, this is just a small documents chatbot where again, this is not an Oracle product. It's just created by me using Oracle GenAI in the backend. So I can just browse any file over here. So I'll just go to, like, for example, let me take, because in my rest of the examples, I'll show some other type of files. But here, what I'll do is I'll take a text file or a converted file. So if you see over here, this is just a JSON file where we have a JSON file with data of some table. So I'll just upload that over here. And then immediately on the fly, I can start. And here, if you see, that's a prompt. Now, for any prompt, you need to understand 4 points over here whenever you are creating a prompt. And this is not exclusive to Oracle. This is exclusive to anything. So whenever you are creating a RAG model, you need a prompt for for your LLM to understand. So you must always make sure that first you assign a role to it. You say, like, for example, you saw over here, you are a chatbot. I'm assigning to it that you are a chatbot or something like that. And then we set context for it and define the task, basically, that you have to do these things. You must make sure to do these type of things. You also set a constraint over there that, for example, don't go outside the data. You need to only answer these type of things, or maximum in 300 words, or stuffs like that. And then you set an expectation. That's the last part, where you set an expectation that, for example, you should be soft while answering, answer in a better way because you're answering to my customers, stuffs like that. So you can create a prompt. So here we can create the prompt as well, and then we can start asking, like, for example, do we have an employee named Alice? Now let me run it over the data. And if you see over here on the fly, using Oracle GenAI, using the data that I provided, it goes ahead and I can show you the data that got converted into chunk. Since it was a small data, you see it's just converted it a small chunk. And if you see over here, it's yes, we had an employee Alice Brown and all. And taking all the data, it created the answer on the fly for you that yes, she's a manager in the sales department and with an employee ID, blah blah blah. Now I can go ahead and ask more deep questions, like, for example, what is the biggest project of the year? And as soon as I say that, it then again goes into the data and starts, and you see over here that biggest project of the year is. So cool, right? You just upload the data, and this can be, again, any type of data that we can handle. On the similar grounds, let me show you some other RAG operations. Now, if you see over here, what I've done is, for any organization, you might have huge amounts of policy documents or any documents which you want to get answers from. So over here, I have 2 policy documents that I have uploaded. So we have a business travel policy, we have a public holiday policy. So if I go ahead and show you a little bit deep into the policy side, if you see over here, this is a business travel policy, this is the public holiday policy and stuff like that. And now what I've done is I've exposed it to Oracle Digital Assistant. Now, why Oracle Digital Assistant is something that I'll speak about it later on, because it brings, just for a glimpse, it brings you along with the GenAI feature. It also brings you other capabilities as well, right? For example, you as an admin, you want to know what is being asked from your data. You as an admin, so all those type, this can be directly monitored using Oracle GenAI easily. You don't need any other analytics tool to do that. Now, or if you want to, like, for example, do other operations where you are like, for example, you are doing some transactional operations, so that can be automatically handled by Oracle Digital Assistant. More importantly, if you want to be it to be exposed through other channels, just imagine now at the moment is exposed via an web channel, but the same data, if you want to expose via WhatsApp, by Facebook Messenger, by Slack, by MS Teams, anything you speak of, those things are already done by Oracle Digital Assistant. So by default, your data gets exposed through different channels wherever you want to it to. So coming back over here, what I've done is, I have, based on the timelines, what I've done is I've kept some of the questions already ready. So for example, let me go back to the policy. And if I want to find out, like in the public holiday part, let me take a tough one where it's not the normal data, but if you see over here in a tabular structure. So if I want to see for a cabin crew grade 5, how many work leaves are there? So let me ask the question like that way. So if I, in a very natural way, and I'm knowingly, I'll give little bit of some errors as well. So if you see annual leave, I'm mentioning it with a wrong spelling. Let's see how well it understands. And if you see over here, employees in grade 5 are entitled to 22 working days of annual leave. This entitlement increases 30 working days after 5 years of continuous service. So instead of going and searching all documents, you don't need to do that, right? Again, let's see something else. Let's see with the other document that we have, and this can be n number of documents, right? So for example, what is the maximum daily expense limits per diem during business travel? Now let me show it to you in the document first. So if I go back to the business travel document, and where, yeah, so if you see over here per diem within KSA, if I'm asking, let's see how GenAI answers back using that particular document. And again, this is not at all trained with anything. We have just placed those documents inside that folder, and we have instructed that it should go into that particular folder and take the data from. Now, if you see over here, grades 12 to 14, grades 10 to 11, and exactly, it's reading even the tabular data from that PDF as well, right? So that's some of the powers that you see. Now, you might ask, hey, Ansh, so okay, you showed text files, you showed me PDF files. Is it possible that we can do with the whole of my web page? Like I have my whole web page. Can it go take data from there and answer me? So let me show you something. What I did was like I just took the Saudi government website over here and added some of the pages from it, or basically just instructed to go and go through these pages and take the data, and again exposed it through Oracle Digital Assistant. And let me show you, for example, now if I ask, what is the Noor system? Now here I have also told it, and this can be applied even in the PDFs or in the documents as well. Well, I've also told it that give me the answer, but also give me the links from where you are taking the data from. So that I can go ahead for more information as well. So now let's see what is the new system. Now it again goes, checks through all those pages. And then if you see over here, it creates the whole answer for the new system is an inclusive program of educational procedures. And it goes on. And then if you see over here for more information, you can go ahead and check into this particular page as well. So this is the exact page from where it took the data from. Now, for example, if I want to check for health insurances or health insurance policy for outsiders. Let's see. Yeah, and if you see over here, the government obligates providing health insurance for non-Saudis that work in Saudi Arabia under the cooperative health insurance law. And then these are the exact links where you can go ahead and find out more information for. Lastly, I'll just show one more, and then we will jump into some other topics. Like, for example, how can I call an ambulance? Yeah. if you see over the emergency number to call for an ambulance in Saudi Arabia is this. For more information, you can do it over here. So how easy it is, right, for any resident or any citizen, and this applies for even for corporate companies or any companies or anywhere where you have loads of data and you want that to be exposed or answered back. So this particular rack structure can help you, using Oracle GenAI can help you, and be mindful of one thing, keeping your data secured as well, right? That's more important. So these were some of the rack structures, some of them. There are many others. But now the question comes, how can I create a RAG using Oracle GenAI, right? So now for that, for seeing the timelines, what I have done over here is, let me show you some of the things that what we can do. Now, by default, if you see over here, Oracle, now this is the URL through which you can connect to the GenAI service of Oracle, where you can go ahead and ask any data or any question from the LLM, from the Oracle GenAI LLM, by the way. So this is, I'm just running in my local, and I'm just trying to show you how we do it. So for example, over here, if I just run this particular program question, and I can ask anything. So tell me one fact about Earth. Now instead that, let's see if I ask, tell me something about Oracle. Okay, and now let's run this thing. And if I run this over here, yeah, and if you see over here, sorry, I didn't save the file, my bad. Sorry, it still took the Earth one as an example. I didn't save it, so yeah. Yeah, and if you see over here, Oracle is one of the largest vendors. Now, this is exposing through the outside data that we have, okay, the normal data. But in a RAG, as we spoke of, so we need to make sure that it doesn't go to the outside data. It only takes your data as an example, and that data can be from anywhere, as I showed you. It can be from a web page, it can be from PDFs, it can be from any type of documents that you have. Now, I'm not going to show you in this particular demo today how to convert those documents and stuffs. So, but you have to remember one thing is of the structure or of the RAG architecture that I told you about. So where we, as I told you, so you can have any, from any type of data, you convert them into small chunks, put it into an embedding model through the vector database. And then the last part where what I'm going to show you is where you pass on with the prompt, the data and everything to the LLM, and how it is going to bring you back. Now, this part is something that anybody can do it, like where you get the data, convert it into the chunk part and keep it ready for it. Now, so let me show you over here itself. I just created one more. Over here, what I'm doing is I took the same one, the same data that I showed you today, and I just put that into which I uploaded, by the way, into the text file. So I just kept it over here into a text, a document variable. Now, after that, as I said, we need to create a prompt. Okay, and then comes the question as well. So, but in the prompt, as I said, so I have given a prompt over here. Again, remember the 4 rules. Assign a role first and foremost. So you are a support engineer. Then you set the context and define the task, basically. So I'm defining it that you please go through this text. Now, text is nothing but the document that I'm providing over here. This is the text. So I'll just, I hope this is visible enough. I'll just make it a little big. Yeah. So you just go through the text, and then I'm asking the question also in the task, basically. And then I'm setting the constraints as well. You need to answer questions based on the text provided only. If the text doesn't contain the answer, reply that I'm here to assist with the document uploaded. For anything else, go to somewhere else. And then you can also set the expectations. Remembering you are answering to a customer, you need to be soft while answering. Remember, you are answering to a customer. So this is how you are creating the prompts for yourself, and then based on this, you basically you make sure that you tell the LLM not to go to the outside world, only to take the data. Based on the data, you need to answer this. So you're basically, in LLM terminologies, if you say, you are setting up the guardrails over here. And these are some of the ways, by the way. So there are different ways we set up guardrails, we so that it keeps your data secured and everything. Now let's try the same thing. I have just only thing that I have done over here is I've added the prompt extra, and I'm making sure I'm taking the question and answer from here. Now, instead of this, you can scrape your database, you can scrape your, sorry, not your database, but you scrape your website, you get the data, keep them in chunks, do a semantic search on top of that, and bring the only the data that you feel is proper to the question that you get. This is how we have done the other rags, which I showed you. Now let me show it over here, the same example. If I run with this, then how it answers back. And if you see over here, the biggest project is Project Launch, which has a budget of 150K. The project started from this, and this is the thing. So based on any type of data, again, it was a JSON file, but it can be any type of data. Your LLM can answer back, and then you have different options to set as well. The maximum token size that you want to bring it back, and these are those parameters, basically, nothing else. So this was regarding the RAG path. Now let me go back over here, and I wanted to stress on one more point over here. That was as I said, that by the way, before this, this was the support ticket handling part, which we showed, where a user, when he's asking for the summary of the chat, it goes to the application data, which we had shown in the previous demo, or the video, that I would say. And then a prompt was created, and based on that, it went to the LLM, and that the summary was displayed back. So in the Oracle GenAI as well, we have different models for summarization as well. So I saw in the starting there was a quick ask where what type of things do you want to do with Oracle GenAI, and document summarization is also one of the key aspects. And we have a separate model for summarization as well over here. So as you said, you just add content from your knowledge base, and then you can start generating any type of things. But one and yes, so even you can add data from your database as well into now. That this is one of the key factors why I said that when you combine these two technologies like digital assistant, or you combine with any other, all the AI services as well, you create a different altogether for product itself. Like if you see over here, this is something that we had created for one of the health service organizations, where we have something called SQL dialogues as well, where we are able to convert your natural language sentence into an SQL query, go check it, get the data from your database and bring it back. And if you see over here, this is related to health services. So that's as a role. And then if you see over here, how many patients by citizen type, I'm asking that. And then if you see, it goes to the database, gets the data, and tells you how many number of patients you have over here. So show me the diseases, show me and or group by diseases and age group over here. So we are going more deep into the data now. And based on the natural language conversation and using Oracle Generative AI, what we are doing is we are taking the data from the database, and then we can do various other type of things as well over here. We can create the insights over here, and here we are just changing the chart type, but we can create the insights using the data. We can tell to generative AI to do some other stuffs as well. Like for example, based on the data that we get, we wanted to show the trends as well. So that is also possible. And at last, just forward this. This is the forecast for 3 months. Yeah. So as I said, that's why I was focusing on conversational AI assistant, where you can connect with your unstructured documents or websites as well. You can connect with structured data, which I showed you. You can create transactional things, like you can create agents or integrations as well with your backend. You can connect with any type of channel, like it can be mobile, website, WhatsApp, MS Teams, anything. You can see your you can create your analytics. Out of the box analytics is available, where you know, if you want to see as an admin whether your guardrails are working, if you want to get some feedback from the customers, uh, and it's again a low code platform, the digital assistant platform that we have, and it's multilingual. So when we combine both the technologies, we can do so many different type of things which you saw. Yeah. So that's it from my side, Violeta. Thank you.
Thank you, Anj. I think it's time to take some questions, if you don't mind. We have some raised under the Q&A. Before we move on to the resources part and to the last polls that we have to launch for today. So if you can, Anj, I would like to take you through some of them. Maybe I'm not sure if we can cover everything, but at least we can take, let's
Yes,
say,
checking.
as many as we can.
Yeah. So I think some Shaukat asked, can we connect to the database to get the data? I think I just now showed that at the end. I hope you are fine with that, Shaukat. So is the Slack Oracle you spoke before is free of charge? Yes. So I think the Slack Oracle things that I showed you is basically, as I told, it's out of the box feature where we can combine connect ODA with Slack automatically. I think we already have a running example as well, right, Violeta? With Slack, we have a we have a I think we have one of our channels where it is running, which is getting the data from the different channels related to Oracle free tier. It is getting the data from there.
Indeed, we are actually implementing currently implementing the bot.
Yes.
And we hope to be available soon for everybody to use.
Yes. As I told, many of the people are asking, one question is like, when we have huge amount of data, then what do we do? So I'll just take you back to the architecture. So, you know, whether you, even if you have huge amount of data, what we are doing is we are making them into small chunks and keeping them into the database. Now, and then based on your query, we do a semantic search on top of your query, and then we only get data related to those particular to that question only, and then we pass that amount of data only to LLM. So we are not passing all your, suppose if you have terabytes of data, will not be passing the terabytes of data to this. So that's, can one develop Oracle AI using Apex? Yes, we can. So as I showed you, that was the reason I showed you with the API approach. I created using the API. I tried to show you because so that you can connect with anything. I could have in fact shown you in the playground itself, the Oracle Gen AI playground, which has a good UI and everything. But instead of that, I chose this one because so that you can understand that you can connect with anything. It's not that I'm telling you that you need to connect with only with Oracle Digital Assistant. Okay. So do AI services like digital assistant and speech to text also use Gen AI? Okay. So do AI services like digital assistant for chatbots, Q&A? So as I told in the starting only, said Oracle has been using Gen AI features prior to this. So digital assistant already has many already has features where you upload your FAQ documents. They can be in PDF, HTML, or even the URL of your page, and then it goes and takes the data from there. And then what it does is, it's using Gen AI in the backend, it creates the utterances automatically for you based on your question and answer that it found in the FAQ. That's one of them. Then I showed you that the SQL2, so where you are just writing any questions where we can connect with ADW and ADB, and where it as soon as you ask any question in a natural language way, it connects with your database. So there we are converting your natural language into an SQL query, again using GenAI in the backend to do that.
Thank you, Anj. Let's see if we can take more.
Yeah,
there is a basic question there. What is embedding in the context of RAG? Not sure if that was explained during the start to set the context.
Yes. So as I told that I was not able to show that the embedding part over creating of embeddings. So embeddings is basically, I'll try to tell this in a very layman term, not in the technical term. So what happens is embeddings is like with your data is in plain English. So there are different embedding models that are available, and Oracle is using embedding model of their own as well, where again with Cohere. So where we are converting your data into, you can say, binary numbers kind of. Okay, so they are embedding, so that when the whole of embeddings comes for your all amount of data, we can understand that what all we can do a semantic search on top of that very easily when it is stored in a vector database. Again, there are different AIs involved, how it happens. But to understand over here, basically, embeddings are some things where you're converting into your data using an embedding model to, you can say, binary or decimal numbers. And based on those numbers, we are able to search the nearby possibilities based on your question.
Thanks, Anj. There is somebody who is asking if there is an iPhone version for us to download and start using it. Do you know if this is available?
iPhone version for what, by the way? Like for GenAI, are you asking? Or what are you asking for?
Roshan Kumar, can you please elaborate more and let us know which kind of version are you interested in, for what service actually?
Yeah.
Okay, so then is the AI assistant separate module from the digital assistant?
Yeah, yes. So they are different. No, so the AI assistant is something that I called when you combined both digital assistant and Gen AI. So that's I'm calling as a AI assistant. It's not a different product. When you combine both the technology, it becomes as an AI assistant. I'm saying like that.
So regarding the last question, our customer said that it's like, is it similar like ChatGPT? So
Yes.
an iPhone version like ChatGPT available
Okay.
to download?
Okay. No, not as of now. So, but we don't have, because it's not for open for outside users. It's so if you are having an OCI service, then you can go into that. So I can quickly show. I think I showed the playground probably. So it's exactly like what you were asking for, where you can go and ask any type of questions over there and generate your answers. You can play around with that. So, but we don't have an iPhone version, something like that. No. So it's the web version only that we have as of now. Yes.
Okay, and a couple of more. Let's see.
Size limit,
Can the
size limit on the LLM prompt. Yes, as of now, because we are in the beta stage, it's 4,000 tokens. But we are going to increase it as soon as we are going live. So or not live, basically we are going GA. So that time it will be available in more size as well.
Great. Can I incorporate this technology on my Oracle Apex application that is on premises? The source of the data can be retrieved directly from my Oracle database instead of JSON. We have a question from Aigley.
The data, as long as it is available, I can extract the data and send it, because you saw over here, I'm sending it to an API services of GenAI to, based on this data and question, you do give me the stuff. So you can definitely do it. Yes, you can do it.
Can we use LOBs for input to RAG?
Use LOBs for input. What is LOBs? Can you please specify?
Let me.
I suspect it's large objects. in the
And Raj,
database we're talking.
I told you, so at the moment we have at the moment we have for 4,000 tokens, where we are, that's the reason we are chunking and getting only specific amount of data based on the search. So we are doing a semantic search before. That's how every RAG model works, by the way. And over here, what we are making sure is, as I told again, we are the prompt size is going to increase, but use a search before uh, to basically less your data, so that your data becomes less, and then based on with that data you send it to the RAG model, then it helps you more.